Hello and welcome to another ship replay. You're watching Midshipman Slack and I'm playing today in the Gneisenau, a tier 7 German battleship. I'm currently trying to grind my way through her at the moment to get to the mighty Bismarck. But so far no luck as yet. And I've just come on this right flank and I've come across the entirety of the enemy air force, enemy carrier player, and I'm on my own. There's not a lot I can do here. I'm just going to have to try and duck as best I can, because German AA is not the best. I'll take one torpedo there, thankfully on the belt, so don't get flooding. And I'm going to take two, which does cause a flood. Have to repair it all, and I know this carrier player is going to come back for more, because he keeps his fighters above me to shoot down my aircraft, my catapult fighters. I send the Falvo out against the enemy guards now and hit the island. Not a great start, to say the least. But he does pay. I shoot down at least 5 aircraft, which is not bad. Can't really argue too much. So we'll carry on. But the enemy guards and house on this flank. This is the main reason why I came this way, because most of my team decided to mull around in the own cap circle. And they all bounce, but he is pushed back, so that's a good sign. And I didn't realise it at the time, but a fellow player who I've also featured on this channel, Mick955 from Bavaria, is actually also on my side. He's playing the Leon in this game. And you can check out his video, or the video I did on his game, up on the top right hand corner. You can click it there. It'll also be in the description if you are running ads, which is fine. I've no problem with that. Salvo out. Couple overpens. And here comes the enemy fight area aircraft again. And I have no idea what the Ryjo was doing being that far forward and certainly not hiding behind an island. Oh, I've got to take my revenge. Thankfully my carrier player has woken up. He had a computer problem and he is now sending his fighters over, so this is no longer a one-sided fight. I get a couple of hits, beautiful. I turn more into these torpedoes. Do exactly the same as I was before. The enemy guards are doing exactly the same against the friendly air fighter. Guns aren't loaded yet. I need to sink this carrier. Salvo out. Oh, can I miss it? They miss. Citadel on the carrier. Brilliant. I've just got to keep moving. Many thanks to the Saipan player for sending his fighters over here and defending me. I don't think I could have done it without you. Can I get a final salvo off before this guy ducks behind the island? No. Back to the carrier then. Where is he? Damn, he's dropped off detection. That's irritating. Now my team has suddenly woken up and they decided to follow me all over in this corner. It is great I got support now, but equally we don't need 6 ships trying to take down one Gneisenau. And yeah, I get a bit of a love tap. I'm like, really guys? Really? And I ping them back, realising the error of their ways, because we've just left the entire flank open. And if we've only got one ship over here, where's the rest of them? The enemy have got to be over the other side, in the centre. There's the guys in the torpedoes, that's why I slowed down. Excellent. We got him. We got him. We lose another ship in the process. So it's now 2-1 to them, but they have lost their carrier. They've lost their spotting potential and their strike power. As I'm just seeing the stern of the ship, I've changed to HE. Let rip. And keep going. I'm finding the Gneisenau quite a long, hard love relationship with her. I'm not entirely certain what our player was doing. That Gneisenau is moving away, so by the time the torps are there, the range would have increased massively. But I've grown to like her. Once I've got used to her, I think she's a really excellent vessel, like most of the German battleships. They take a while to get used to. But we now have 5 ships over this way, taking down 1 Gneisenau. And we've lost 3 ships to their 1, and it's only the carrier, who's already taken 1 out. More torpedoes firing. And again, I am not sure why. Because again, that Gneisenau is going to be miles too far away by the time they get there. And he's going to try and do the whole hug the edge of the map routine. Knowing the mistake of my team, and my mistake, because I have got myself dragged up over here, I'm going to have to turn back and try and come back at pretty much the entire fleet. Because they are pushing hard, and I'm just reaching our cap circle. But thankfully our Saipan's woken up. We're going to go for it. Oh, he's going to give me a broadside, but I've got HE loaded. Luck of the draw sometimes. More torpedoes. They might actually hit those ones. But we need to push back. And I've got to hand it to this Scharnhorst. He's going to play a pivotal role a bit later on. He doesn't realise it yet, but he does. And I'm like, ooh, look at that side. He's close. German dispersion. And what a waste of a salvo. But that's another enemy out the way. Can't really complain. And the enemy have reached our cap. Great. We are going to have to charge. We're going to have to take a very calculated risk here. I'm just going to be basically going for our cap. Yep. Got to go for it. Nice bit of damage there. Because we're going to have to get somebody in there to draw the file. The enemy are quite rightly focused down the Saipan, our carrier. And he has just died. So there's no carriers in play at all. And I'm just trying to work out if I could have used my back guns against another target. Nagato. But we're getting close now. They're less than 10 kilometers away, and not a single enemy is targeting me down yet. If they had started targeting me, I probably would have broken off this attack. But they're not. They're ignoring me. They're much rather farm the ships in front of them. But there's like 3 or 4 ships there in the cap now. There's a Texas. Beautiful broadside. Dispersion lets me down. But I do get a big bit of chunk of damage there. There's the Gallant. I'm expecting torpedoes any minute now. Again, have another pop at the Texas. Another good chunk of damage. And now they've realised their error. One person targeted is probably the Gallant. And they've all... No, it's the Texas. He's now turning into me. So he's probably... I'm not sure what he's going to do yet, but he's got to get his guns round. And start shooting at me. Only one of them. I think about torpedo strike. But I hold off because I realise he starts turning. You can tell by the torpedo reticle there. So I've got to wait till he makes his turn. I think he's going for a ram. He's going for the ram. And that's a very wise move because they're ahead on ships and tonnage. But I fire to wait until he's turned in. Got him. Gallant. I would love to sink the Gallant because I'm so worried about those incoming torpedoes. No, but so a friend has taken him out and a wasted shot again. Now looking at the mini-map. I am putting broadside to this guy, but that's deliberate. I know his caliber guns are smaller. He's French, so he's going to do less damage with a broadside. I've got the turret back armor, so I can take it. But there's more enemies ahead of me there. There's 3 of them, all having a pop at me. And I want to turn my bow against them, because they're all firing AP at me at the moment. Aim for his bow to overmatch it, and that's a beautiful strike. Not sure if it was mine and another ship combined, but he's now down. That's fantastic. Our cap has been defended. Now, if that Leon had waited about another 2 seconds until about now before firing, I would have been a whole world of hurt. But thankfully he doesn't. I send a salvo, just gets over the island. Another bit, 3 out of 4 shells hit, causing 11,000 points of damage. Nice again. I turn away. The mistake of this cruiser player is he's firing AP at me. I can take this any day of the week. If he was firing high explosive and started hit and caused a fire, I'll be in a lot more trouble, but he isn't. So I'm using this island to get out of the way. I'm taking a breather now. I think about having a pop, but I need to turn my attention to this battleship. Now this is where the Shinanigans has come into play here. Because he's charged with me through the top, it's kept this north group of ships, the enemy ships, at bay. So my now target is this Leon. He's fired his guns, but I was akin to it and had my broadside, my bow facing him, and they bounced most of them. Come on. Now I'm more worried about that Omaha. I couldn't remember if it does or doesn't have torpedoes. I think it does. So that's why I'm showing the smallest possible angle. Come on. Shots out. Another good chunk of damage. Now this Omaha is probably looking for torpedoes because that's why he's not been firing at me. I think of the same. But they're going to probably likely miss. Confederate awards. Excellent. Can I get this Leon? I duck behind the island, so most of my... Goes to the island, takes most of those shots. Shots out. Can I finish him off? I need to finish him, otherwise I am dead. Ah! Can the friendlies take him out? Yes, they can. Deny me another kill, but... what can you do, eh? What can you do? And that was one action-packed from start to finish, and very rare you get a game like that. But the only reason I could actually have done that charge is because the enemy did not perceive me as a threat. There's too focused in what was in front of them, not necessarily what was coming from the side, which meant I could get super close and then use the firepower of the Gneisenau, which is excellent at close range, to brawl them to the end. So these 2 ships will sunk by my friendlies, so I can take you to the results screen. And man, what a result. 143k damage. And at the time of recording, this is the highest I've ever done. And a couple of things, Dreadnought and Confederate. But there you have it, Leon. Mick 955, it was great sailing with you again. Hopefully see you soon. And of course the person in 3rd place was the Shinanigans. If it wasn't for his charge at the top, on the north of me, I'm never going to get it. There's the damage result. I hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to send me a replay. Links in the description below. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.